Hello, people of YouTube, BookTube, general internet, what have you. Um, I'm just a random guy in Michigan who is a mechanic who loves to read, as you can probably see. I I feel like somebody out there probably has the same odd interests in reading that I do. I like general, you know, popular stuff and some more off the wall random things. I read whatever piques my interest. I don't limit myself in any particular way. I also like whiskey. I don't know if I'm going to title this series, if I continue it, like Words and Whiskey or something. Mechanic who reads, or just some other nonsense. I don't know. If you're wondering, what I'm drinking is Caribou Crossing Single Barrel, but that's beside the point. So, let's get started. So, in no particular order preference, these are the kinds of books that I normally will read. The End of Everything by Katie Mack. I, I love anything astrophysics, space, anything like that, especially if it deals with the end of the universe, as nihilistic as that may be. This one, for instance, delves into the various ways that the universe can end, scientifically, heat death, expansion, vacuum decay, all those things. Interesting, depending on your view of life, kind of bleak, but informative, really cool. I'm a nerd, whatever. Then the next group of things that I read is animals that are either highly intelligent or have a higher consciousness similar to humans. And the three that I have right here are The Soul of an Octopus by Cy Montgomery. This is actually the book that I most recently finished. Other Minds, Octopus, Mollusks, Cuttlefish by Peter Godfrey Smith. Both of them very much in depth about the mind's actions, learning, relationships that can develop with octopuses or various sea creatures. It makes you question whether or not consciousness is solely a human thing or not. I don't think it is, based on that. And in the same group is Mind of the Raven by Bernd Heinrich. I love ravens, Norse mythology, and what have you. But I love ravens because they're dark, mysterious, but you can teach them to talk. They will bring gifts like crows. You can develop a relationship. They think amazingly, and there's so many stories and bits of history where ravens have helped people and people have helped ravens and vice versa, and it's entirely possible that they helped us survive in our fledgling years, which is quite fascinating to me. My next group genre would be various horror. Indie horror is good, but really any horror, H.P. Lovecraft, Stephen King, Clive Barker. So those are the ones that I've mainly read. I'm interested in all of them. I'm thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. Just odd. Just so very odd. Not how you would expect the book to go. It's an interesting plot line, and I haven't read anything like it. I would highly recommend it. The next two are horror anthologies that are, I think they're put together in the UK, edited by Nick Harper, and they're both just collections of shorter horror stories from submitted authors. Bitter Chills is all about winter the cold, things like that. And then Parasite Gods is, they say cosmic. I don't get the cosmic feel of it, but it's good shorter horror. I know one of these sticks out, and I'm rambling, and I don't seem very organized because I'm not. The Burning Boy was very good. It's kind of like no matter what you do, your actions will come back to haunt you. And everyone on the table, or everyone to the table, not necessarily winter, cold themed, just disturbing. Disturbing that when children are involved, it's disturbing, but this isn't the way that you think a child would be involved. I don't want to spoil things. I can't remember the name, even though I have all of them right here. There's one where just kind of an ice creature comes out and attacks, and it's interesting. They're very good. I mean, obviously, anytime you have an anthology, some hit the mark really well, some don't. But the stuff from Blood Rights Horror is very good. I'm currently reading Wild Violence, which is their third anthology. I'm a little more than halfway through. Again, good, hit and miss, but more hits than misses. There's a cat doing something stupid. My next ones are, I guess you could call it sci-fi horror, things like that. Echoes of Olympus Mons by Eric Malachite. Probably a much lesser known story. It's a college, essentially, research station on Mars. A guy develops a way to detect, I believe it's dark matter. Yeah, a camera to view dark matter. He opens Pandora's box in a way that is terrifying, but it's also a somewhat sci-fi space themed, which is fantastic. Artemis by Andy Weir. Moon base. Trying to. I can't remember most of it. I'm gonna read the back to see if I can refresh myself, because it's been probably a year and a half, maybe even year and a half since I've read this. She finds a way to subvert control of the moon base Artemis, and it not incredibly sci-fi, but it's a good tale of good over evil in a sense. Kind of a Robin Hood-esque story set on the moon, but very very good. I like it. It's definitely one of my favorite books. My next, I guess it's a category, is kind of dystopian, things like that. The Road, it by Cormac McCarthy, fantastic book. Shows father's love for his child and the resilience of people in the absolute worst of times, when there's cannibals, no food anywhere, and the entire planet is desolate. It's disturbing, it's dark, but it shows you that there's goodness in people, and what can you not love about a story about that? The other dystopian stuff I like is things like We, 1984, Brave New World, We by Yevgeny Zamayatin. One of the shortest that I've read. This was a gift from my brother. Shout out to him. I don't know why I did that. It's not like he's in heaven or anything. It's definitely a precursor to 1984. You know, the benefactor is like Big Brother. It's all just one state. Everything's controlled. Free thought is not not accepted. Um, it, if you like dystopian, read We. It's very quick. It is translated from Russian, but you no, I don't feel like anything gets lost in translation. I could be wrong. I don't know Russian. Wish I did, but fantastic. My other and last genre that I like or love the most is fantasy. Obviously, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. I finished the first two. I started the third. The beginning of the third's a chore, so I haven't gotten back to it. Um, Lord of the Rings movies, that's what set me off. I watched them in the theaters when they came out. I was 5 years old. Whether that was a good thing or not, or maybe it explains what I am. I don't know. Fantasy is one of my favorites. I have the Witcher series as well. I'm going to be reading that at some point. All I have behind me right here are things that I've yet to read. I have a problem with buying books and never having the time to read enough of them. I wish I did, but I make time when I can. Um, I'll probably do my next video will be an in-depth review of one of the ones I showed you. It might be me going to a local bookstore, buying a couple more books that I will eventually read, or so I tell myself. Um, my final thoughts is if I continue with this, I hope someone joins me. I hope it's fun, you know. I love watching reviews of books, people talking about their top ones. So, that's me. My name's Kyle. I'm a mechanic. I read. I drink whiskey, and now I want to start talking about it. So, we will see how this goes. Bye.